Hello, and welcome to the Old Farm Bus Podcast. This is the back of the bus session. I love listening to you. When you're going for your first session then,
it's my favourite session.
The children.
First session's my favourite
Do you go and do like a bit of a talk first then and just...
So yeah, first session is they listen, I speak, and then they ask questions at the end. So it's called About Me, and it's literally from birth to where I am now, and I tell them my whole life story, give them key parts of what's happened through my life and stuff, where I went, like the school bit, the law bit and stuff like that, and then like, because when you first walk in, they're like, oh, they've got a little idea what this is about.
The naughty kid in me is looking at you now like, I love this, I want to hear it.
So yeah, you walk in and like they see you're in trainers, like you're not dressed like a teacher, and then they're like, oh, this is weird, and then sometimes they look at you and just take you for a mug, like they think you're a bit of a donut, and then as soon as I start speaking and as soon as I say where I'm from and go into my childhood and stuff, their faces change and they're locked in, they're zoned in, and from that moment I can build a relationship. So last year I was mainly in Nottingham schools. This year I'm in Sutton and Ashfield, Derby, and Nottingham.
Awesome.
And last year I was in like Prues.
But they still know the areas that you're referring to then.
Yeah, as soon as you say St Anne's in Nottingham, like everyone knows St Anne's in Nottingham.
Give a rundown then of that area, because I've always come across the naughty boy from Ripley, and Ripley's basically known for the EDL, BMP, places
of course,
like that,
extremism,
breeding hate. St Anne's,
same as Sutton. When I work in Sutton, like you'll notice the kids in Sutton are so different to the kids in Nottingham. There's different reasons for they act out in different ways.
Now, what is it like growing up in St Anne's then as a kid?
When I was a kid, it was normal and exciting and fun, and like it was only as I got older and met people from different areas that I realised actually bloody hell, like St Anne's was dead different to like everywhere else. Like so me and Raf went back to doing Unknown Era video, you might have seen it, where we're talking about the lyrics between about Eyes of Innocence. And there was a bit where we go to a car park, well it's not a car park, it's like a recycling plant, and that's where we used to play football. So it's like a little recycling plant with like glass bins, and we used to get the glass bottles out of the bins, like throw them at each other, smash them, and then we play football in the broken glass. And to us lot, when we were younger, that was just a normal thing to do. And then you say that story to someone else and they go, you used to play football in broken glass? And just like stuff like drug dealing was normal. You'd hear about people, like when I was growing up, it wasn't necessarily knife crime, it was gun crime. So you'd hear about people getting shot, like, and stuff like that, and there'd be people selling guns on your street. And
how old were you at this point? Sorry,
this is primary school. So I can remember once there was in one of my primary schools, there was someone got chased down with a shotgun on the road behind my primary school, so it was on my grandma's street, and they chased him down. He ran off, like they fired at him, and then the next day in school, the police came into the school and basically like said if we who was it? Someone told me, but they came in and said if you find the shells from the gun, then there'll be like a reward in it for you or something like that.
For the kids.
Yeah. So it's crazy. So that was literally behind my primary
gun at the end of it.
But so there's loads of stuff like that, and then there's obviously the Danielle Beckin case, which is like one of the most famous ones, which is like 15 years ago now. So she was 14 at the time. I knew a lot of people that knew her. She was a little bit older than me, but she went to Goose Fair with some of her friends, and it was at the time St Anne's was beefing with Meadows and Radford, which still kind of goes on. That's a beef that's been going on since the 80s. Like the kids don't even know how it started. But she went to Goose Fair, she was walking back with some of her mates, some lads from the Meadows were driving around, saw a group of people, shot into the crowd, hit her in the stomach, and she literally died in her mum's arms at like a minute from her front door. 14 years old, nothing to do with it. So that was like, and like St Anne's when I was growing up, it was classed as like the most dangerous place to live in St Anne's. But when you're in it, it's just normal. So I never knew that until like I left as I got older and realised, Jesus.
It's really dangerous, but also with these areas, like you see on Shameless, but I've also had in Ripley and things like that, like there is a sense of community there. Like
that's what I miss about it. Like just going, like speaking to your neighbours, and like going down to the shop and knowing people in the shop, like that you've known since you were a kid, the same shopkeeper, and like just there's a massive community in St Anne's, and I love it for that. Like and everywhere else, like I've lived in Chilwell, Beeston, and no one talks to each other. Like no one knows each other. Like whereas in St Anne's, like when I went back with Raf, like I went back on my street and saw a woman that lives there, and she was like, Kane, I haven't seen you in years. We had a massive catch up, and then you walk down the road and I see a lad that I went to school with, I speak to him, and then you speak to someone else's mum and stuff like that. Like, if I walk through St. Anne's, I see so many people that I've known for years, or people that you don't even know that you just say hello to because you've seen each other's face crossing in the street.